Lunacy by Joe Fiore. It's madness.
I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 I'm gonna get myself a modem.
Hey, welcome to Lunch Therapy. I'm your host, Joel Marshall. So excited today. We got Zach Mendez on the show. It's going to be a really great show. We're pumped up. Could be the greatest show ever. I've got squirrels already, squirrels on the fence. Just want to say, next week, Wednesday, I'm going to be at the Ice House in Pasadena, California, with Guy Reuben and the Guys Night show. It's called Guys Night, but hopefully there will be women as well. I think it's called Guys Night because the guy's name is Guy. How many guys can you get in a show? Sometimes too many. Anyway, let's go. Let's move on with the show. Woo! Okay, this is the part where I say thank you to all the Patreons, Howard Aronin, Mike Knox, Camila Lopez, Todd Lee. This is how you fund this kind of media, independent media. This is how we do it these days. Obviously, the government's not going to give us any money. They're not going to give us any money. Nobody's going to give us money. Advertisers, who knows? But this is the way. Patreon. So I thank you all. Neil Phillip, Pam Palmieri, Todd Lee, Jason Edelman, Mary Marks. You're the lifeblood of the show. Please, if you want to join, patreon.com/Joel Marshall. We love to have you. Love, love, love. And I want to say, here's one of the perks. On Tuesdays, we have a contest. Tuesday show happens at noon, just like today, but on Tuesday. And you can win $60 this Tuesday. $60. So usually it's like 15 and it's rolled over. And now, because there is only one person who can win. If you're the sole winner of the trivia contest, you win $60 this Tuesday. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Hooray for Patreon! It's great to see you. Thanks for being here. Zyatical, hello? Hey, Camila Lopez is here. Yeah, this is exciting. This is super exciting. Anyway, if you want to join us on Tuesday at noon Pacific time, get a chance to win $60. You play from the chat room. Everybody's a member. Everybody's a participant. Now we're going to breathe. So excited to have Zach Mendez on the show. I know him from The Fourth Wall, but he's also the star of the video game Dragon Age, the Vailguard. And he's the star of this movie that is called Embryo, which is a fantastic movie you can check out. But right now we're going to breathe. Got behind me the healing vibrations, the Tibetan vibrations. Let's do this thing. Llewellyn said, I'm glad I saw the ad for this on Blue Sky. All right. Thank you to whomever posted that. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. I think that is Elizabeth Croydon who posted that. Let it go. Thank you to Elizabeth Croydon. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. These are Tibetan bowls designed to calm the nervous system and get you in a state of mind as, I don't know about it. Somebody else knows about it. In through the nose, out through the toes. I just do it. Let it go. Tube harp represents the bladder. See, I guess we're cleansing our bladder today. Matthias, happy 669. Yeah, this is episode 669. We made it through episode 666, which is a very dicey number. I'm glad to be at 669, much more sexy. We're going to play a little bit more music here. We're going to get on with this thing. All right. Primnose is here. Hello, Primnose from across the world. I got Zach Mendez coming on the show very shortly. Behind me, I have Sabine Shearer, one of the premier players of the goo ball. I don't know if you've ever heard of the goo ball, but that's one. It's a beautiful instrument. Hello from Spain. Wow, we got some great people here today. I hope you'll all join us on Tuesday for the contest too, because that'll be super fun. But today is Interview Friday. All right, it's Interview Friday. I got Zach Mendez. He is a prolific actor, comedian, and motion capture actor. He plays Lucanis Dellamorte in Dragon Age, the Vailguard. He's a budding star of the video game scene, so we're going to talk to him about that. He also has a show called Morton Zach, which is a hilarious show with him and Mort Burke. Love that. You could also see him as Dr. Kinsky in the short film Embryo, which is on Omelette, which Omelette is like high-end short sci-fi film. So if you see that on YouTube, check that out. You can watch the whole movie there. I'm sure they're going to make a feature out of that because it's super cool, great characters. I love it. Bienvenido. Hello from North Carolina. There's all right. Good group here today. Newfoundland, Canada. Well, I know where it is. It's in Canada. I love Canada. Thinking about moving there. Will you have me? Maybe. All right, let's get on with this thing. Interview Friday.
We are so disappointed in you, Dr. Barrett. I trusted you. Run!
Wow. Holy crap, that was cool. I love that. I want to be in that Omelette movie. Welcome to Lunch Therapy, Zach Mendez. It's so great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me, Joel.
All right, so good. I met you through the fourth wall, so I saw you through the lens of stand-up. I got a great stand-up clip coming up later on in the show. I thought, hey, this guy is just a stand-up, and then I got this vibe from you, a real warm, welcoming vibe that lifts the room, and I just want to thank you for that. And welcome.
Oh,
to
that's
the show.
so sweet.
Yeah.
Well, these stand-up haunts that we frequent, they need a little vibe lift sometimes.
They do, don't they?
These are dark corners of the earth. Let me tell you, some of these places that we do stand-up at, Joel, are the den of Mordor. Like,
yes.
They are heavy in psychic energy.
They
Heavy,
really are.
Dense energy. So I try to lift the room up, and I appreciate you saying so. Thanks, buddy.
I like that. A lot of times we have to go in those dark corners. I value these mics around town because I started doing stand-up comedy, I don't know, in the 90s or something. And there wasn't anything like this. If you wanted to go do stand-up comedy, you had to go to like a hotel bar somewhere, wait for like 3 hours, put your name in a hat. Maybe you'd get like a couple of minutes. Maybe you wouldn't get to go at all.
The first mic I did was at Mel's Diner
Was
in
it?
Hollywood. And it was a 9 o'clock bucket mic, which means you put your name in a bucket and you hope that you go up.
Yeah.
I waited for 3 hours and 45 minutes until 12:45. There were 4 people in the audience. The host who introduced me had already fallen asleep by the time I began speaking. Here's Zach Mendez, and then he was asleep in his chair. Another person was openly doing drugs, and 2 other people were on their phone.
How are you supposed to career under those circumstances. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the good stuff, though.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. I think you walk away from those things, and if you still say to yourself, "I can't wait for the next one," you're in the right business. You know what I mean? You're in the right business.
I used to live across from the Comedy Store when I was first coming up, first to Hollywood, and I would go there, put my name on in the hat or whatever, and then they'd post a list, so you knew kind of if you were going. And then I'd go across the street back to my apartment and hang out, and then I'd come do stand up, and a lot of times like a big stand up like Jerry Seinfeld or something would come in and just bump everybody. And then you'd be going at like 2:00 in the morning for your 2 minutes. But yeah, it's so much fun though.
It's so much fun.
I love it so much. But yeah, part of the fun is the thrill. But you haven't always been a stand-up, right? I mean, when did you start doing stand-up?
I started doing stand-up in 2018, late 2018. So it's been about, I guess, 6 years, and there was a break in the pandemic. I didn't go out and do mics in the pandemic. I just made videos with my friend Mort instead.
I love this.
Yeah, which was great too, but I've been in comedy now specifically for about 7 years.
Yeah.
But I moved out here specifically for acting. That's where like I had an agent, and I was going out and do auditions. I was in class, I was doing plays, but I always loved stand up. But it took me, okay, can I be honest?
Yeah.
It took me watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel to actually.
Really? That
It was
inspired you?
Marvelous Miss Maisel. I was like, all right, you know what? If Midge can do it, I can do it. Because listen, I would go up there and I tried stand up in 2014 and it was horrendous. Like, those first stand up experiences, which are just, I mean, it's like a firing squad. You feel like you're dying for eternity. And so I was like, no, thank you. And I would keep going back and I'd keep having awful experiences. And finally, I had booked a bunch of commercials, so I didn't have to work for like a little bit.
Mhm.
And I just did mics I did 500 mics in like 9 months or so.
Whoa. Did you say like I'm going to do so many mics every day or something like that? Is that what you said?
Yeah, my goal was just 500 mics just to get there. And so I would start at 11 or 12 o'clock in the day at Fourth Wall, and I would do 3 mics in a row, take a break, and do 3 more mics. I was doing about like 6 a day.
That's so cool of you. Now, did you find that was useful to do that many mics in a day, or did you feel like you were doing the same material over and over again? Did it get stale?
Well, I would do 2 improv mics during that time. So you're getting like suggestions from the crowd, you're trying to stay on your feet.
Love
But
that.
no, I was tweaking jokes in between the mics. Like I was an active participant.
I love
But I
that.
think that just getting up on stage and feeling the disappointment after a joke sucks. Feeling that, being able to move through that. It's like
Yeah.
being in a fight. Like people who are really good at being in a fight are really good at getting punched.
Like being in
They're
a
not that
fight.
great at
Yeah,
punching.
they're really
You know
good
what I
at getting punched. Yeah,
mean?
and keep
Getting
going.
punched, like, okay, "Yeesh, all right, here we go." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You don't want to be a guy who takes one to the face and is just like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I felt like. It was helping what I call my artistic stamina.
I love that. It's also a different thing than acting. I mean, as an actor, I think you have a leg up because you're used to kind of taking words and fresh minting them, even if you've said them before. You can do it. You can say them as if it's the first time you ever said them. You were really good a lot of times with connecting with other people and listening. But also there's like something different about it because there's no fourth wall, as we say. There's no fourth wall. The people are right there and you're engaging in them and you're also reacting off of them. What do you think? What do you think the difference is between acting and stand-up and what the strengths and weaknesses are?
Like when I did a play recently, I was thinking about this exact question. And my thought was, in a play, I'm trying to convince everybody in the audience that I'm somewhere else, even though I'm in the same room with them. And I'm trying to take them there with me. I'm trying to be so invested in the circumstances of the play
Yeah.
that they actually believe I am in a one-bedroom apartment looking for a killer in 1942 San Francisco. You know what I mean? Whereas in comedy, I'm trying to convince everybody in the room that I'm actually right in the room with them. I'm not reading off a script in my head of jokes. I'm telling these jokes freshly. So I feel like, they're both being present, but one is being present in imaginary circumstances and one is being present in actual circumstances.
That's true. In stand-up, you sometimes will make a comment about something in the room that really grounds you in the room so that people are like, oh, he's just kind of winging it because he's talking
alive.
about, he's alive. And then, you know, then your material comes out after that. And because you've grounded it, it seems very spontaneous.
Like if you're doing a show, Joel, and you're telling a joke and somebody let like go a very loud fart, like you have to address that.
You have to.
You can't just, it can't just be like, yeah, so I'm an actor
Yeah.
and I really love acting, because people are thinking like, why didn't he just address, he's got the microphone.
Yeah.
Someone's got to address the fact that this
And if
man
you ignore it, they think you're not present, or they will all of a sudden
Exactly.
feel like,
they're like,
oh,
oh,
this
this
is
guy's
not,
somewhere else.
this guy's just doing his thing and we're not even involved. I
Yeah.
saw that one time. I saw this show by this great actor, and he was doing a Telltale Heart. I've told this story before on the show, but it's pertinent. And what happened was, this was a long time ago. Somebody's pager went off, and he had the body buried under the floorboards, and he was like hearing his heart. He's like, I could hear his heart. And then all of a sudden you hear the pager go off, and he just fell to the floor with his ear on the floor, like waiting for that, you know, like, what the hell is that sound? And then when the thing finally got turned off, he stood back up and he's like, okay. And he goes right back into it. But it was such a commanding performance because of that. Because it was so in the moment and included all of us that I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that moment.
That dude was locked in.
He was locked in.
Right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that a good actor can't use, right?
Yeah.
Nothing a good actor can't use. I love that story.
Yeah. Thanks. The Llewellyn says, what play?
Ooh, it was an original play by my buddy Jeff Donnell, and we performed it in I think just a couple of years ago, 2022 at Fringe Fest in Los Angeles, and it was called Reconsider Me, and I played a TV doctor, Dr. Brad, who was quite famous, but in real life I refused to go by my real name. I made people refer to me as Dr. Brad. And I also felt though, as though because I had played a TV doctor, that I had a deep understanding of medical knowledge.
Yeah.
And so I was giving people medical knowledge all the time during the play and just suggesting treatments and whatnot. It was great. It was super fun.
Fringe Festival, Hollywood Fringe Festival. Is that where it was?
Yeah, Hollywood Fringe Fest.
That's really blowing up these days. It's really becoming a thing, man, to rival Edinburgh.
It's so many good performances are going on. I got to check out like a bunch of them, and it's like having a mini Broadway here. It's awesome. It's
really nice, because there's so many great, great actors in Los Angeles, and you know, a lot of them don't get seen, and so most of them don't get seen.
Most of your acting life will be spent in obscurity.
We were talking about this before. And I think it's really pertinent here. We were talking about, how do you keep your mind right in this world where there's such a difference, you know, going on. Like some of your friends are like rich and famous, have houses in the Hollywood Hills, and then other friends, you know, can't get arrested and are in like a 1-bedroom apartment for their entire lives.
Or a studio,
no bedroom apartment. How do you focus and keep going and keep happy? And what is the secret to that?
When I first got here, I didn't expect anything. You know, in 2014, I got here fresh. I'd only done acting in college. I just got an agent and a manager, and I had the most ignorant confidence ever. It was glorious.
It's beautiful.
I wasn't expecting anything. I would walk into audition rooms and do whatever the fuck I wanted. It was great, right? Obviously, I would read the script. You know what I mean? But just let it rip. I was booking. I was, you know what I mean? From that dumb confidence. Something happened where I started to think about what I call the cookie, which is like the little treat you get after doing the thing, which is either the money or the Instagram post or that, right? And I started booking less, and it's amazing. It is, like we were talking about before, a meditation in bringing it back to the fun. You're like, wait a second, I'm not doing this because I'm trying to be famous. I'm not doing this. Obviously, you'd want options in your life, you know. But I'm doing this because I love it. And how quickly can you return to that idea? It's tough. I lose it all the time. Just like you do in a day, you lose being present.
Yeah, it's just like with the meditation, because the people that meditate say, you know, people who don't meditate say, I can't sit there for that long. My mind wanders. And they're like, the people that are great at meditating said, that's what it's all about. Your mind wanders, you bring it back. Your mind wanders, you bring it back. It's just like lifting weights.
Yeah.
essentially.
And the further it wanders, the harder it is to bring her back. And that's your spiritual strength right there, or your focus. You know?
Sometimes I rely on my wife to be my spiritual strength. I will rant about how horrible things are, and she has to bring me back, which is not fair.
At least you get it out. You don't want to keep that stuff in.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And sometimes
Are your rants angry? Are they angry rants? Impassioned? Righteous?
sometimes they can be righteous, sometimes they can be angry, sometimes they can just be pathetic. You know what I mean?
My favorite rant is the righteous rant. When you're right and everyone else is wrong.
That's right.
Oh, I love being right and everyone else is wrong.
Idiots. They couldn't act their way out of a paper bag.
If only they would see what I see.
Yes.
If only they could see.
Nobody appreciates great acting anymore. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I love a good righteous rant, Joel. That's good.
It is good. I'm going to play this clip of you talking about being an actor on stage.
Oh, hell yeah.
Actor. You know, I like this stuff. Well, I moved here 9 years ago to pursue acting. But in that time, I just fell head over heels in love with catering. I was born to serve. I was born to serve. The only reason I act now is to support my catering career. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a famous caterer. I just want to be a working caterer. I don't want to play roles. I want to serve roles. Dinner roles.
I love that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Little lunch therapy there. All
Yeah,
right. That's a hilarious bit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that was like the third joke I ever wrote.
Really? It's a good one. It's a really good one.
Well, like I spent my first even sometimes now, I spent my first 5 years catering every single party in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah. And that's hard too, because there you are, a lot of times you're serving these people that you want to have their careers, essentially. They're right there.
Man. I did Spike TV's green room for their Men's Choice Awards or whatever, and The Rock was hosting. The Rock was there, Russell Westbrook for the NBA, Terrence Howard, and so I'm getting to meet all these people. David Spade walks up to me, gives me $20. He's like, entertain my girlfriend, where I have to go walk over here. And I had the most insane day. I had to bartend for Chelsea Handler, and I'm not a good bartender.
Oh my God.
And I messed up her drink 3 times, Joel. And the only drink she was asking for was a vodka on the rocks. And I kept making it was awful. Johnny Knoxville was super nice. And she was nice too. She wasn't mean. But at the end she goes, I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to say, you're the worst bartender I've ever had.
You're like, thank you. I don't want to do this
"Hey,
anymore.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me."
She doesn't see me as a bartender. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Who are some of your?
She's great.
Yeah.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Chelsea Handler. She's hilarious.
Yeah, she was very nice. I just want to be clear about that. She was being funny.
You know, it's hard to be, and we're gonna have this problem when you're a celebrity. It's hard because everybody judges you on the couple of seconds that they meet you, and you could
froze?
be. Oh, you froze. Hold on. Why don't you go out? Oh no, you're back. You're back.
I'm back.
You're back. That was easy. That was
That
nothing.
was so easy.
When you're famous,
Mhm.
people judge you on just a couple of minutes when they see you. And it could be your worst couple of minutes of your week or your year. And people either say, that person's a great person or that person's an asshole. There's not really an in-between kind of thing.
I try not to, when I'm at those events, I try not to take anything too personally. That's also meditation also.
Yeah.
It's all good. I did the Directors Guild Awards, and all these directors were at the table, and I was on wine pouring one time.
Yeah.
And all the directors were asking for wine just by tapping their glass. They refused to make eye contact with me. And I was like, okay, what are we in? A fucking, am I in a castle in the 1500s?
Elizabeth, yeah, right. It's
Please, more wine.
Catherine the Great. Let them eat cake here.
And
More wine.
Do you know Catherine O'Hara? She was the mom from Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's one of my favorite.
Oh, she's
actors.
so great. She's great.
She turns to me, grabs my arm, looks in my eyes, and because she saw what was going on, she was like, "Could I please have some more wine?" And to have the mother of Kevin McAllister, have a maternal moment with me, that was one of my favorite moments in my serving career. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, that's so great. You're so now you're a big star of this video game.
Oh
You
yeah,
played
Dragon.
Lucanis Dellamorte in Dragon Age: The Vailguard. Wow. I'm gonna play a clip from that.
Yeah.
Let's get this going.
This isn't a good idea.
Sometimes a bad idea is better.
You like to walk a little too close to the edge.
So do you.
At least I know I'm doing it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Boy.
Yeah, I knew it would be this clip. All right, we got some fans in the chat room. We love it. Steamy.
Steamy steam. You dang right it was steamy.
I
That
love
just
it.
turned me. I just turned myself on.
Oh,
you
my
know
God,
what I mean?
I'm just sweating.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. It's
Well,
so cool.
It's a fantasy RPG that is
Yeah.
the fourth installment of this, long series, very beloved franchise called Dragon Age. Um, and you have 7 companions or 6 companions, and you have the choice to enter into a romantic relationship. So that was an example of
Really?
if you had chosen to enter in a romantic relationship with Lucanis. That's some of the content that you get.
God. Now, Llewellyn is asking, do you do the mocap too?
Yes, I did that scene. I did with Jeffrey Berg, who plays the voice of the main character, Rook. One of the 4 main voices you can choose. And so we're in our black suits, our
Yeah.
black spandex, and we got a bunch of dots over us, and we have that camera head thing in front of us, and we're just, I'm pretending that my dear friend Jeffrey is somebody whom I desire.
That's a wild, the dude. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It just seems great. Would you go back if you were asked to play the role again? Says
Oh my
Sciatical.
goodness. I had the time of my life filming this game. I mean, we filmed over like 3 years, so a lot of it was on the
Really?
mocap stage. Yeah, and we'd have a different group. And because there's only like 4 of us there during COVID, I would get to play a lot of different characters or do the motion capture for a lot of different characters. So it was like an actor's dream. They're like, we need somebody who can do, like a New Yorkie type accent and play a gremlin. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. I'll be a
God,
gremlin.
that's
I'll be a New
great.
Yorkie. You know what I mean? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
I had the time of my life. I would happily go back.
Do you think that that's part of the thing about voiceover is just the willingness to just dive into a character? Because we've had a couple of people that do impressions on the show, and a lot of them don't get all in their head about it. They just dive right in. And I wondered if you had that experience, doing on that set.
Oh, I mean, it's great because you can, the cameras are everywhere. You don't
Yeah.
have a specific place, like a spot you got to be. So you can use your entire body without fear of falling out of frame. And so I always emphasize the physical aspect of voice acting. If I'm in the voiceover booth, even if there's no cameras on me, I'm moving around, I'm moving my arms because I really do feel it imbues your voice with a certain realism that otherwise wouldn't be there. So you get to use the fullness of yourself.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
When
I
you do
loved-
when you do the mocap, are you on just a total green screen stage?
Yeah, it's called a volume.
Oh,
That's
you're
what
at
they-
that volume, really?
It's called a volume, and it's like the size of like a basketball court, like a regulation basketball court. And there's about 300 cameras that are on the ceiling, that are on the wall, and you have a whole team who's like fitting your headset and making sure that you've got dots on your face so they can get your facial expressions. So they're capturing a great bit of your performance that's going to be overlaid onto some graphics, right? So I play a small part in bringing Lucanis to life, but there's a bunch of other geniuses who are making sure that those facial expressions get put on there correctly and whatnot. But yeah, it really, I said this somewhere else, it really doesn't leave a lot of room for vanity because you are in the most unattractive onesie and you've got dots on you. You look like a robot. It's great. It's great. You just roll with it. So much fun.
Sciatical said, how did you figure out your character for Lucanis? Like getting into character and just figuring out what he'd be like.
I've been doing my father's from Spain. And so I've been making fun of my father for the past, however long I've been alive. Just like when I was young, I figured out really early that if I could make him laugh, then
Yeah.
I get to stay later. And my father's a pretty gruff, intense dude. So he would look at me and I'd be like 5 years old. He'd be like, Zach, go the fuck to bed right now. I would look back at him and I would like, Gerardo, you go the fuck to bed. And he would laugh and I'd get another 30 minutes, you know? So I
yeah.
learned early that if I could mimic him. So, you know, it was based a lot on my father. But also, you know, there's books that are attached to these series where Lucanis is introduced, and he's introduced as like the coolest possible guy ever, who has a real self-criticism in him, though, at the same time, you know, and he's really hard on himself while also being tremendously confident, which I could really vibe with because I do vacillate between thinking I'm, you know, wonderful to thinking I'm dog shit. You know, I think we all can experience
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
And so
Yeah.
reading those books that Lucanis was in, To Winter Nights, and then, you know, going through the rehearsals and reading the scripts, you kind of are finding out who this person is. And then, of course, having that inspiration as my father in the background the entire time.
Do they do a table read, or what's the process like?
They'll send out about 5 scripts that you're going to shoot in over a 3-day period, you know? And what you do is you have a rehearsal on Zoom. Well, because it was COVID, we were doing rehearsals via Zoom. And most of the time I would be shooting scenes that I was Lucanis, but there was a lot of times where I'm playing other characters who eventually got voiced by other actors. But it's so important that even in those moments, I'm giving my other actors everything.
Mhm.
You know, I'm being as real as possible because it's going to influence their performance, which is going to make it into game.
Yeah.
So it's this real teamwork aspect where a lot of the times in the scenes where I was Lucanis, no one else was playing their characters, but all my castmates were always so generous with their effort and making sure that they were bringing realism to those scenes.
Wow. Do you have to speak other languages for the games? Like, do you speak Spanish in it at all?
I speak a little bit of Spanish. I say like mierda,
Yeah.
which is like shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say like, I think the phrase is like, por la sangre del hacedor. It's like, which translates into the blood of the maker, which is a very like fantasy way of saying, good God. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, so I had to do a little bit of Spanish, but the area where my character is from is just like vaguely Spanish Italian. You know what I
Spanish
mean?
Italian. Yeah.
Yeah, so some of the pronunciation, like I would normally say, you know, Dellamorte,
Yeah.
right? That would be my Spanish pronunciation. They're like, no, it's Dellamorte. And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Not what I would say, but okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's another thing too to think about is that no accent is perfectly in its lane. You know what I mean? Like we're all influenced by all kinds of different accents that go on around us. Like I meet people in Los Angeles sometimes sound like they're from New York, you know, and it's just because they've just embodied that. You know what I mean?
One of the great joys of my life was watching my father, the longer and longer he stayed in Virginia, get a slight Southern accent added to his Spanish accent.
Yeah.
And so he's like, howdy there, partner. You know, like, is it like the vernacular is slightly different? It's wonderful. I adore accents. And so that's why
they're really fun, right? I mean,
oh my goodness. When I do an accent, it affects my whole body. It kind of affects the way I walk. And so that's why I find mocap so attractive, is because I get to do a bunch of that, different characters. I will say, not to toot my own horn, but I played a few female characters.
You have? Wow.
And I had to give the physicality for a few female characters. And some of the people who are on the development side let me know that they had to do very little editing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right.
The hip of the female walk down.
Well,
Thank you.
That's also a common thing in video games for men to play women characters. It's like no big deal for women to play male characters. So yeah, it just goes right along with the whole video game thing.
Amy Pisces is asking which other characters did I mocap. I did Asan, the Griffin. There's like a bird, and for an entire day I was like hopping around, going for a few days. It was a really good leg workout, and it was really fun. And I also did Antoine, who's like an elf, who's a Grey Warden elf, who's a French guy. My French accent wasn't good enough for them to use, so they got actually somebody who could do it. And Oh God, I'm forgetting some of the names of the bad guys that I played, but I played some bad guys. I'll try to remember and I'll post it on Blue Sky if I remember. Sorry about that.
We've been watching Sandman lately. I don't know if you've seen that show. But
Netflix Sandman?
yeah. Patton
Yeah.
Oswalt plays the Crow. I'm just watching the first season right now. And Patton Oswalt, comedian, is playing the Crow in it. And it's so much fun. So much fun.
I mean, Patton Oswalt's got one of those voices. I mean, he also was like Ratatouille.
Yeah. Oh, was he?
Oswalt,
He's got a very
Ratatouille.
specific
Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's made bank on,
I
being a
know.
great
Well, you
voice
know
actor.
instantly who it is. Like, just like
Of course
that.
it is. He's got a
Llewellyn
great voice.
says, silly question, but do you ever act alongside Erica Ishii? They look like they'd be a riot.
No, Erica was never in for the motion capture. The rook that was in for the motion capture the entire time was Jeffrey Berg, who was the American male voice. I heard Erica's work and she's amazing. I love all the rook voices. Rook is like the main protagonist that you play as, Joel, and you choose one of 4 voices. It's either like British male, British female, American female. You can choose like if you're going to be an elf, if you're going to be a dwarf, if you're going to be a necromancer, somebody who raises the dead. You can choose your hair color, your breast size, no
Love it.
breast, big butt, whole thing, long hair, nose, it's amazing. And when I played the game, I spent like 40 hours on the character creator. I couldn't get myself
I
right.
know, it's so
what
much fun. I love
It
that
was so
stuff
much
too.
fun.
Creating the character. Well, we're actors. That's why we love that so much.
Yeah,
we love
exactly.
creating characters.
Exactly.
Lou the Insane says, please tell me you speak Portuguese too.
Oh God, I'm so sorry, Lou. I do not speak Portuguese. I've tried to speak Portuguese and it sounds like Russian Spanish to me. I can't describe it, but it's like, hola, ¿cómo estás? I don't know. It's really tough for me. I dated somebody from Brazil. She tried to teach me. I could not figure it out.
People are
Yes,
going
I did.
crazy.
I did a son.
And on Antoine.
Fun. Yeah, he's adorable.
People love your dad. Mama J loves your dad.
Yeah, my dad's the man.
What's your favorite thing about your job with video games? What's the favorite thing about it?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I've done commercials, I've done like short films, and I've done a little bit of television. The fans in video games, best fans in the world.
Yeah.
These people make art about the video game. They write fan fiction about the video game. They're so eloquent in their compliments. And I realize it's because they spend so much time with, the character.
It's very personal.
It's very personal, and you have this kind of intimate connection. And they get to enter this fantasy world where they learn stuff about themselves and their own lives, and you know what I mean? And so I've gotten so many, we had a video game strike, voice actor strike for the past year. So I haven't been able to interact with the fans a great deal because I was trying to make sure I stood with the union. Yeah. But recently, it's a little corner of the internet. It is Lucanis Week on Blue Sky specifically. So I just joined Blue Sky.
That's awesome.
And I'm dude, this art is unreal. Like the most talented artists are drawing Lucanis in front of the moon, Lucanis making out with other characters. People are hilarious. There's one person who has whatchamacallit, what's the
Avatar?
profile? Yeah.
Avatar? Yeah.
Yeah, Avatar is like certified Lucanis Pegger, which is objectively funny. Like that is, I just saw that this morning and I was like, oh my God, that is hilarious. So it's been seeing all the creativity that's been spawned from the video game has blown me away. I love seeing that stuff. Shout
out to Lou the Insane. Is there a Mrs. Mendez? Silly question my mom asked.
Wait, you mean like Mrs. Mendez are you asking if my dad is married?
No, asking if you're married, I think is what they're asking.
I am not married. No. I have a girlfriend, but I am not married.
Did you played the game? Did you romance yourself?
Okay. I played much of the game. It was my first time with the Dragon Age experience. And I did romance myself.
You did. See?
Come on.
Of course.
I wanted to romance myself. So I romanced myself and I fell in love with myself all over again. I saw myself in a whole new light. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Really good.
The Solus actor said he did himself in Inquisition too.
Solus is like the big bad guy in our game. And he's a character.
He's like the boss.
Previous video game. He's like the boss.
Yeah.
And his actor, Gareth Lloyd, I believe, tremendously talented individual, hilarious and amazing character, said he also romanced himself. So I'm in good company. I'm not the only person to go fuck themselves.
Go. Okay, I want to show another side of you now that we've talked about this. This is fantastic. This is a video that Morton Zach. This is one of your videos. This is the one. I'm just gonna play it. It's so
okay.
It's one of my favorite ones.
Whoa. Help, I'm turned on!
I love dancing.
Tropical, baby!
Try this.
Ow!
Try this.
It's happening! My toes are tapping!
My toes are tapping.
Wait. God, I'm good. I'm freaking really good.
My work here is done.
This is crazy. I can't even believe you can do that. That is nuts. All right, there he is. My favorite video.
Dance.
Yeah. That's all. Oh no, he went on to commit insurance fraud and served 10 in federal prison. Oh no. Dr. Dance! Oh. Blockbuster video. That's too funny. I love that. You should use that for your mocap reel. Obviously, you're a physical clown.
It looks like somebody was given a school project to try out Adobe Editor for the first time, and they left no sound effect unturned.
No,
you know what
they
I mean?
really did. They used all the sound effects.
Oh, it just reminds me what an insane state of mind I was in over the pandemic. Mort and I would make something so obscene. And
Tell
absurd.
me about that though, you and Mort. Like over the pandemic, you guys were probably just like getting cabin fever. And
yeah, well, we were doing comedy together. We met at the Fourth Wall, and we were doing a bunch of comedy together. We would roll around every day doing 2 or 3 mics, and then the pandemic hit, and we're like, "What do we do?"
Yeah.
So I started like this fake radio show called Hunker Down, where I'd be doing a fake radio show from my house every day, and I would bring Mort on as a guest.
Wow.
And my interviews with Mort were so funny that I was like,
They're
"Let's
so
just do
funny.
something."
They're so funny.
Mort Burke is the funniest man.
He's hilarious. I've seen him at the Fourth Wall and been like, who is this guy? Seems like he should be like some big star because he's so funny.
He's the funniest man in the world. You can check him out on Mythic Quest in the last season and the previous season. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mythic Quest.
On Apple TV. So an accomplished actor in his own right and an accomplished comedian. He's got a new special coming out. I could just do promotion for Mort for the rest of the time.
Yeah, right. Let's do that.
So we started doing videos.
Yeah.
And like I was new to editing. So as you can see, clearly new to editing. But I was
you learned it. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned it. And literally the most fun. It got me through the pandemic. We would shoot like 1 a week. Then we started trying to get like more, better audio, better camera. You know what you do when you're making your own videos.
Yeah.
And then we both got super busy with other stuff. I got busy with Dragon Age, and Mort got busy with stand-up and Mythic Quest, and kind of life restarted.
Yeah.
But I will say, Mort and I are going to be shooting more videos together here very soon.
Good. I think you guys should have. I think you should have a show.
Thank you very much. I think so.
Work up a pilot or something because it's funny. I don't
Yeah,
know what
I'm like-
you guys.
like standing-
It's good combination of the two of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like a brilliant improviser. And so we have a few sketches that we shot where we just came with literally the first 2 lines.
Really?
And I would say the first 2 lines,
Yeah.
and Mort would go on these rants that are insane. We have one about a therapist
Yeah.
who the therapist for a guy he formerly bullied.
That one's hilarious. Yeah.
And that is Mort improvising the entire time. And the only thing I'm doing is trying not to laugh. And so, we would spend hours because I would break all the time. Mort just crushes me. And so I would start laughing my ass off. We'd have to reshoot. No, those are,
And those are just you guys on a Zoom which
it's just us on a Zoom. Or
doesn't
like
take
us
that
and-
much. It
No.
doesn't take that much to set up, and they're really great little sketches. There's the other one where he's a casting director and you're an actor, which is fantastic as well. They're really funny. They're really funny. And
Yeah, we have and not unsurprisingly, our most popular one was one where he just roasted me. Like
yes,
he just made fun of me.
you're
for
like, how do I look in this? And you're like, well,
Yeah.
actually,
and I've really found out the internet loves it when Mort makes fun of me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we try to find more ways to Mort just to make fun of me.
yeah.
Yes, you're right. Lou the Insane, you're exactly right. You said it to me before. I remember. I need to make more videos with Mort.
Now we got some Spanish or Portuguese. I
¿Cuáles
don't know.
son sus planes para su cartera? I think that means what are your plans with your
We lost you. Shoot. I think it's time for this.
Mort, buddy, I need your help.
Yeah, I'll say. What's with the very silly outfit?
I got a date tonight with a cancer doctor.
That's called an oncologist.
Do you think this works?
Now, you look like Keanu Reeves got shot with an
Till he
annoying
comes back.
clothes gun.
Is it the scarf?
It's the scarf and the vest and the hair and your face. The scarf makes you look like you're a teacher at Hogwarts School for Magical Assholes. You look like the Where's Waldo of Williamsburg, but when I find you, you try to sell me Percocet.
What are you saying I should change specifically?
The whole outfit. You look like you explain to women why they're not feminists.
So no scarf is what you're saying?
You look like what Republicans are afraid America is turning into. You look like the guy who everybody accidentally sleeps with in Barcelona.
What if I took the scarf down?
It doesn't matter, you still look like you whittle dildos.
Whittle dildos? What would I even do with the dildos I whittle?
Presumably sell them on Etsy.
Okay, I'm gonna do a teardown and you stay right there. I need your opinion. Nailed it, right?
You look like you base your gluten intake on the summer solstice.
Do not have gluten around the beaver moon.
Too funny. It just goes on and on. It's so good. All right, everybody. I lost Zach. He might be coming back. I'm going to play one more reel of his like commercial stuff and see if he comes back. If not, we're going to dance it out and call it a day. Let's do it.
Sir, this must be very frustrating. How are you feeling?
Fantastic. Just enjoying a little peace and quiet. Heated seats. Life is good. Man, these new chicken strips taste amazing. Subway's really...
Going for gold! Crushing it!
Breaking through?
Exactly. I'm going to cook this steak with this bag using this phone. And you don't have to watch it like a hog.
Toss it. Toss it. Corner!
Ooh, behold. Perfection.
Good morning, Mother.
I don't know what this is.
And I'm Chuck Norris.
And it's the 90s.
Duh.
It's
You
hilarious.
go, girl.
As if.
Whatever.
In the news, it's 1997, and President O.J. Simpson has just been impeached for his affair with Monica.
From Friends.
No one told me life was going to be this way.
Anyway, there you go. Zach is back. Bring him on here for just one more moment here. There he is. There he is. We watched some of that the one where he's like where you're trying on different outfits and he's roasting you. That was super fun. Truly epic and amazing. And we also watched some clips from your commercials, which was really fun.
Oh,
too.
cool. I really like the one where Mort says, I look like Keanu Reeves got shot with an annoying clothes gun.
I like that one too. He's just coming up with those things. He's just said that.
Half of them he comes up with on
Yeah.
the spot,
Yeah.
and half of them I'll write, and I'm like, hey, how about this? But I would say about 50% of stuff we come up together beforehand, and then 50% is just him off the top of his bean coming up with stuff.
Okay, I got two questions to ask you. One, somebody out there wants to get into the mocap industry. How do they how do they start? What do they do?
Ooh. I do know that there are numbers of workshops and camps that you can do that get you practice in that field and that might even get you in front of certain casting directors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not completely sure, but I do know that there are casting workshops, which is one of the most classic ways to do it. You go to do voiceovers in front of casting agents as well as managers and agents from certain companies. Mm-hmm. And so that's one way to get an exposure and also find out maybe, what characters you can play, what characters you might be a fit for. I wish I had better advice. How I got into it was so lucky.
Yeah.
I went to the same casting office for 4 years, and I refused. I'm kind of methody sometimes.
Yeah.
So I would be an accent the entire time I was at the casting office.
Like right from when you walk through the door.
Yeah. Hi, how are you doing? I'm here for the audition.
Really?
And so these people brought me in for Dragon Age. I didn't even have a manager or an agent at the time.
Wow.
They brought me in for Dragon Age, and that's how I got it. It was really fell in my lap.
I kind of think that's kind of important advice there, really, because they're probably more likely to cast somebody that they think talks like that than they are maybe somebody who's putting it on. I don't know.
You know, I refused to break when I was performing for Ashley Barlow, who was ultimately the director of one of the directors of the game, the creative directors. I wouldn't speak in English. I mean, I wouldn't speak in my American accent.
Yeah.
So we were in the callback. I think it was like the third callback. And they were asking me questions, and I would be like, would you like me to do it like this or like this or like this? Because for me, if I'm on the other side, if he can fool me into thinking he's Spanish, that's just as good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so I was walking out of the room, and Ashley was like, and I thought I had a pretty good audition. And she goes, hey, one more question. Are you actually from Spain? And during the audition, my character had kept saying, for the most part.
Yeah.
So I was like, for the most part. And so I turned to her and I was like, for the most part.
Yes.
And I left.
Brilliant.
I thought it was pretty cool. Thank you.
Brilliant. The crowd is going wild. It is brilliant. It is brilliant. All right. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. It's the end of the show. One more thing, just at the end of the show, I have to ask you about when you were younger. You were on a team with Russell Wilson, the great quarterback of the now New York Giants, but he was the great quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. Was he the same kind of person he is now? What was it like with Russell Wilson? Yes?
Russell Wilson is one of the sweetest individuals you will ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
And people, he is extremely by the book. He was first in every single sprint I've ever seen him run. We played football together for 3 years. He now plays for the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion. He never lost a sprint. When we were down, he always said, we can win this. He was relentlessly positive, almost to like an insane degree.
Right. He's like that now.
People see his relentless positivity now and they say he's putting it on. He's not putting it on.
No, that guy is like that.
That's how he became a Super Bowl champion.
Wow.
Is by being relentlessly positive. One of the sweetest individuals, one of the coolest guys, and the most freak athlete I've ever played with in my life. He got me into college.
You did?
Because I got into, the college I went to partly because of the football I was playing, but I had the best quarterback in the country throwing me the football.
Yeah.
I was wide receiver. So I was deeply lucky to play with him.
That's beautiful. All right. Thanks, Zach, for being on the show.
One thing to everybody who's here from Blue Sky and everybody who sent or showed me that sweet artwork about Lucanis, just thank you guys so much. Yeah. It means the world to me. If you sent me a kind message about my performance, thank you. I will see you on Blue Sky and all the other social medias. Lucanis Mancers Unite. God bless you guys.
Over and out. See you soon, Zach.
Thanks, Joel. See you soon.
All right. All right. There you go. Thanks, everybody, for being here. So wonderful having you all. Yes, I'm glad I didn't miss this interview also. It's great to see you. Thank you for whoever posted on Blue Sky. That was great of you to do that. Lou the Insane, yes, Zach still does comedy. You'll probably be able to see him coming to your town sometime. I'm not sure when, but check out his Instagram. That's where some of that stuff is. His Instagram is Zach.Mendez at Zach.Mendez. Follow him there. At the end of the show, we always do a song. I think we do a cover song. We have somebody like everybody. It's so nice having you here all today. Oh, Zach posted on Blue Sky. All right. I like it. Proactive. All right. Let's dance this thing out. I'm at the Ice House in Pasadena on Wednesday. If anybody wants to come see me do some stand-up, I would love it. I'll post it on Blue Sky as well. We need more blue sky out there in this world. More blue skies. Thank you. We need to see more Zach. He's amazing. We'll have to have him on the show again. 8 p.m. Wednesday. All right, let's do this thing. Dance break time. I got a little AC/DC for you. I think it's appropriate with our guest. These guys are called Detour. lady's got a voice.
Getting robbed, getting stoned, getting beat up, broken bone, getting held, getting took.
Yeah, she's got a great voice.
Tell you folks, it's harder than it looks. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll.
All right, everybody.
It's a long way to the
Remember, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Don't get discouraged. Get out there. Do 500 mics in 3 months. Whatever it does, whatever it takes. Keep your mind on the fun.